In an object-oriented environment, which is how most software nowadays is being created, we often need to work identifying classes. Classes have two general but completely different components to them. First is attributes, which make up what is defined in the instance of a class called an object. These describe it. The second is methods, which in the planning stage of UML is called operations, or the things that an instance can do or have done to it. Some attributes and methods are very easy to identify in a class. For example, if you look around a room, you may find lots of physical objects which can be made into classes. People, computers, even furniture can all be defined using classes. Where it gets a little more complicated is you generally have at least two types of people in a classroom, students and instructors. They share a lot of the same types of attributes, like a name or a date of birth. Their values are different, but the attributes are there. They may even share some of the same actions. But some attributes and behaviors are definitively unique to them. Later on, we'll see this as a potential inheritance situation, and we'll talk about that in more detail then. In real life, a class is often viewed as a noun, a person, place, or thing. And working with people or places is easy. However, in a software environment, classes may not always be as easy to identify as they are often things which may be abstract. So look at the following questions to start to help you identify what might be a class. Things like an external entity. These are going to be reports and displays. Roles. This could be a hierarchy of classes from a user to administrator, etc. Organizational units, places, and structures. There are 6 suggestions that can help you determine if something should be a class. 1. Do they have retained information? The potential class will be useful during analysis only if information about it must be remembered later on so the system can function. 2. Do they have needed services? The potential class must have a set of identifiable actions that can change the value of its attributes in some way. 3. Multiple attributes. During the requirement analysis, the focus should be on major information. A class with a single attribute, in fact, may be useful during design, but is probably represented as an attribute of another class during the analysis activity. Many times a class will have dozens, if not hundreds of attributes, and you don't have to list them all during the analysis phase. Number 4, look for common attributes, a set of attributes that can be defined for a potential class, and these attributes apply to all instances of the class. 5, common actions, a set of actions to be defined for the potential class, and the actions apply to all instances of the class. And finally, 6, the essential requirements. These are going to be external entities that appear and produce or consume information essential to the operation of any solution for the system will almost always be defined as a class in the requirements model.